Hi, let's connect here. I have the last building that I'm going to be showing off in this modular building series. There was a couple of other sets that came with this collection that I picked up. One was the big Ferris wheel, the original Ferris wheel, and the other one was the Home Alone house, which those two things I won't be going over. Maybe in a future video I'll talk about those. But this one is my holy grail piece of modular buildings, and this one is probably the most special modular building to me, in addition to like my first one. But this one just tops that. And this one here was one of the sole reasons why I picked up this collection. And this would always be in my modular building collections. So let's check it out right now. This building here is the corner garage. This one, I'm going to take this off before I pick it up. But this one right here is probably my favorite modular building. And this is probably one of my favorite Lego sets here. This building is I think it's very unique, kind of like the cinema, the Grand Cinema. These buildings were, when they were doing them back when they started this modular building series or line, some of these buildings were kind of out of the box. They were a lot different. Like this one has the working garage door. It has the gas pump with the octane symbol, the old one. It's got this tow truck that goes along, and it came with, I think, 5 minifigures and a dog, which I think are cool. It has the everyone's, the Dr. Jones pet clinic with the no snakes as a reference to Indiana Jones. There's just a lot of nostalgic with this set, and then there's a lot of meaning to this set for me in general. There's the reason why I picked up this set was why this set would have always been in my collection. This set reminds me of my town that I used to live in back in Oregon called Silverton. Silverton was a very small little town that I grew up in, and it was like my first memories of living in a small town, and that's where I've always had that little love for living in a small little town. The community, I mean, there's small town communities that are very nice, and I just that is where 90% of my childhood memories come from, is living in this little town as a kid. And it was a very old, I don't want to say old-timey town, but it had buildings like this. It had a little cinema that reminded me of the Palace Cinema. That's one of the reasons why these sets are very special to me. They just remind me of my childhood, and they remind me of that little town that I lived in. And like I had mentioned in my previous video, I would love to live in that town again. So if a piece of property ever comes available and the opportunity is right for us and our family, that is one place I would definitely move back to and live again. I love that little town. I mean, not that my children are small anymore, but to be able to live in that small town that I used to live in when I was about 5 or 6 years old, And so there's a lot of stuff about that town that these sets remind me of. Like, there was a gas station that was designed very similar to this, which is really odd. Even the color and almost the architecture style of this building is how some of the buildings are in that town. And, just the one little pump. And it also reminds me of the Back to the Future, that little single gas pump, gas station. So that also reminds me, which is a very big part of my childhood as well. And so that's why these last couple of sets were very special to me. And that's why I wanted to take a few extra minutes and just talk about that. In addition, because most people do talk about these sets. I mean, and you've seen the reviews, you know what these sets are, you know what these sets are about. I'm just telling you guys what these sets are about to me and what they mean to me. And I would, like I said, if this set always comes across my path ever, I'm picking it up. I will probably have, by the time I'm done collecting Lego, let's hope, at least 4 to 5 of these, just because That's how special this set is to me. Like, I would definitely own multiple sets of this. And I mean, the intricateness of this set isn't too bad. I mean, I wish it was a little bigger. I can't wait to modify it. That's one of the reasons why I wouldn't mind having multiple copies of this, so that I can keep one pristine, keep one in the box, and then maybe mock up or make something different with a couple of the other ones. You know, this, I don't know what else to say without glazing this set too much. I mean, the architecture of this set is just really cool. I mean, it's kind of, you know, you got all of this stuff here. Just the way the set's designed. It's got the little apartment upstairs with the cooking apparatus and whatnot. The stove, I think, was one of the first times. I think it actually even has a bathroom. I think this is one of the first times a Lego set has had like a genuine bathroom. I could be wrong. Don't quote me, but I know it has a small little bathroom. I'm pretty sure it is a bathroom. Yeah. Yeah, it has a bathroom, which, like I said, most Lego sets, especially older ones, like, I mean, I know this one's old, but not that old, had bathrooms, but I don't know. Like I said, this set just reminds me of being a child in that town. And the next time I go there, because my brother doesn't live that far from that town, because he grew up there as well, and he didn't want to leave that town, so he just lives on the outskirts of that town. So the next time I go visit, I will take pictures, I will post them, and show you that the architecture is very much like this building here, and that that town is like the downtown is like two streets. Literally, it's two streets, a one way up one and a down the other, and it's got maybe 20 buildings. That's why I said it's a very small town. There's not a whole lot to it, but it's probably about 15 or 10 minutes outside of Salem, Oregon. So that's how that town has been able to sustain its life, is that the big city is not that far away. But it's nice to be far enough away to where you kind of just drowned out that noise of the large cities. And another part of this set was this tow truck. I really like this tow truck, and I wish they'd made more designed trucks like this. I meant the mechanics of this tow truck arm, you know, going up and down. Just the little design. It's a very old, like, this is what, like, kind of like the Mater truck from Cars kind of would be. If you wanted to make one, you could probably mock him up off of this design here. And because it is very similar, if you take a good look at it, he is quite similar to that. And this, I mean, I like vehicles, so that truck is just nice. And it's just a nice little addition. There's a little scooter that, I mean, there's hundreds of little scooters and motorcycles that came with a lot of these Lego sets, but this one is just my set. I've rambled long enough. I just want to know, what are your thoughts on this set? Do you like this set? And if you have any recommendations for light kits, let me know. I'm going to be purchasing some light kits for this, so let me know if you have any ideas or any recommendations. I've got to do some hard research, because when I put a light kit in this, I want it to be like the best light kit, because I want this set just to shine. So like when I hit that light button, people are like, oh, I like that. Kind of like the cinema one. I wouldn't mind having a different light kit that also had those lights, but had more interior lighting for the other floors. But this is the last one in the modular building series. This one is just the peak. This one is my white whale. This one is my grail piece. This is the corner garage. And I want to know your thoughts, your take on this. Did you guys ever grow up in a small town? If you did, you know what I'm talking about. So let me know. Let me know down there, or there, or there, or wherever you want to post a comment. Just let me know. And just remember, let's connect, build together, and I'll see you guys in the next one.